This is about what's going on at the California lithium factory that very few are talking about, are covering. It sounds a lot like East Palestine, Ohio, all over again, where they decided to do a controlled burn of that train crash. And ultimately, everybody in that town seems like we might be seeing a new version of that. This is being covered by Status Quo. Update on the California lithium battery plant fire near the Salad Bowl of America. Produces 70% of our greens. 70% of the greens apparently made in California. Residents there have nosebleeds, lung burning, headache, rash, metallic taste in their mouth. Health officials says that they're not testing the soil because, quote, we don't necessarily know what we're looking for. Sounds like they're on it. Don't worry, they're on it. Other concerning developments, they've observed environmental officials conducting air quality testing by slightly rolling down their car windows and sticking out a handheld device for less than a minute. And of course, to get a real read of the air, you can't be driving by at 60 miles an hour. You got to get out and stand there and test a lot of areas, etc. Vistra, owner of the North California lithium battery plant, is using CTEH as its contractor to conduct air testing. Controversy has followed CTEH for over a decade as its testing practices and data have been called into question related to the BP oil spill, Hurricane Katrina, and more. The New York Times reported on CTEH and its conflicts of interest related to its BP oil spill air testing. Quote, it's essentially the fox guarding the chicken coop. I believe the expression is hen house. No? Are we switching to chicken coop? Really? Now? The Moss Landing Power Plant Fire Facebook group now has, that's what the fire was called, has 2,300 members, residents as close to half a mile away and as far as 50 to 100 miles have expressed both serious and mild health symptoms. Mainstream media barely covering the story. This fire and potential contamination of local air, water, and farmland affects not just local residents, but all Americans. Near the plant is known as the Salad Bowl of America. They produce 70% of the nation's lettuce, grows 80 plus different types of fruits and vegetables, supply nearly all the leafy greens consumed in the United States, 90% of North American artichokes. Lay off the artichokes, folks. Get those artichokes off or you will choke, okay? Because they're contaminated with lithium batteries. Dominant production of lettuce, broccoli, spinach, strawberries, cauliflower, celery. See, I always steer clear of celery because it always tastes like chemicals to begin with for me. Can't do the celery. Anyway, important story here that is getting very little coverage, and this is an ongoing theme with the United States, corporate control, corporate ownership of our society, of our world, is that as these corporations have externalities, as they have, sometimes it's a crisis event like this explosion. Sometimes it's just a standard like, oh, we've been dumping whatever comes out the back of the factory on your lettuce and you let us. Oh, man. Yes, we're to pun time, folks. That's what happens. Lots of times they're just doing it as standard procedure. Just we're going to dump your water and your land. And yeah, it doesn't matter. You know, look at fracking. Fracking has a chemical cocktail. They won't tell us what's in it. And they're just pumping it into our ground all day. And that's fine. That's all good. And if it really were pun time, I would say, what the frack is up with that? But I won't, because that's not fair to you.